everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. We are making a slight detour before carrying on with our hunt for Salomet.
Trail can't grow cold now.
So I am talking to this boy very quickly so that he doesn't run away. So we're back in Casardis, the starting Fisher Village area. There are a few quests here that I saw that we can pick up, so I'm going to grab those right now. So first is Tomlin here, this boy.
Oh, Father, where are you?
Apparently he lost his father.
Is the Arisen? No. Who am I to question Fortune's gift? Please help me find my father. He's a gardener in his Grace Duke Edmund's castle. I awoke one morning to find him vanished without a word. It's not like him at all. I've searched for near on a week now, but found nothing. I beg your aid, Sir Arisen. I've truly nowhere else to turn. Take this. My father will know it on first glance. Make us speed your steps.
Okay, so his father works in the Duke's castle and has mysteriously vanished. Seems a bit odd. But we will, that'll be just a thing that we can keep an eye out for. See if we can locate his dad. There's another person here with a quest as well. This one's a bit less mobile, so I didn't have to worry about pouncing on him or hunting him down.
I hope to see you this day, Kaz. I have aught I would tell you.
Valmiro again!
I have chosen to forego the fishing life, so I might travel the land and study its wonders.
It seems like a crappy deal for us, considering we had to follow him around and feed him herbs to keep him alive.
I had hoped you might assist in preparations for my journey. How does this offer find you? I truly will always.
Alright, let's see what he needs to get going.
Before all else, I must provision myself for the trek. I need goods that restore energy. Something to speed my steps when exhaustion creeps round. Might you find me some such healing items? I know that healing items.
So he just needs some healing items.
And I do have a knack for needing them. Perfect. These should keep me from getting into too much trouble, at least when you aren't around to save me. Now, what's next? What's next? Ah, yes, of course. Some source of light. My travels will most like take me to caves and other dark places, you know.
I feel more familiar with this quest now.
Okay, so he needs a lantern of some sort. I'm just going to give him my lantern. I'll grab another one. I think I have another one in storage.
With this at my side. Is there else I require? Food, of course. It's not that I'm picky. I just don't know what's fit to eat other than fish.
I've learned what to do in this quest.
I don't know that I actually have anything in the way of meat. So we'll hold off on doing that quest for now. So yeah, just kind of wanted to pick those up and get rolling on those very quickly. The gardener's permit, and fast travel. Right on back to Grand Soren. I am going to go ahead and help that kid find his father. I do know where the father is.
What meaning do you suppose those stones?
Ooh, and the fairy stone respawn. That's always fun when that happens. We'll take this way up to the castle. The kid's dad works in the castle and then vanished without a trace. You know, seems like maybe he might have... there seems like maybe a good chance that he got into something he wasn't supposed to, or saw something he wasn't supposed to, and ended up mysteriously in the dungeon. What do you have to say?
Well met, Arisen. How may I aid you, sir? You seek a wayward gardener? I fear I'll be little help for your cause. Yet hold a moment. We had cause to interrogate a castle laborer some days past. Our spies learned of a plot wherein secrets of state were leaking to a gang of bandits. I believe the workman suspected of this sedition is in our custody still. I fear that's as much as I know, sir.
Ah, well, that actually helps us out a whole bunch and confirms my suspicions. His father was getting into something that maybe he shouldn't have. Doing something a little untowards. And is now rotting in a dungeon cell. It's actually not that big of a deal to hop down here and rescue him. Always forget how to get down to the dungeon. Ah. Back here. There we go. Also, we can pick up yet another skeleton key. I believe this chest is going to have respawned here. Yep. So, loaded up on skeleton keys, which are good for, you know, breaking people out of dungeons. Now, he's probably just going to be in one of these cells. Yep, there we go. So we'll use a little skeleton key here.
My permit, there, my son, is safe. Maker be praised that such a fate could befall me. I never so much as considered it. 'Twas ill luck alone put me in this spot. I but overheard a conversation. I was attending to my duties as a royal aide, and a nobleman spoke nearby, yes? But I knew them not, and gave their fervent whispers little attention. Yet without warning, I found myself summoned by a guardsman. He accused me of spying on the pair, and banished me to the dungeon forthwith. I've lived the memory many times over in this place. Most like I could recall parts of the conversation if pressed, but that means naught now. I seek only to save my life, or failing that, keep harm from my son. Time is short. The guard will return ere long, and begin their interrogation. Most like they'll employ torture, which leaves my chances of survival pitifully low. I implore you, Arisen, lead me from this terrible place. You are my final hope. Save me, sir. I beg of you.
Yep, so as I guessed, he got into a lot of trouble. He overheard something that he shouldn't have heard. Do I have to talk to him again to get him to follow me?
I wait.
Are you gonna follow me? Yes, okay. Of course, best way to sneak someone out of the dungeon is just take them through the little side path here so we don't have to worry about guards or anything along those lines. Yeah, so he overheard something that he shouldn't have. Now, the interesting thing about this quest is, if I had done it earlier, because yes, this quest has been available for quite a while, what he overheard was an illicit conversation between Fornival, the rich merchant who we've helped many times in the past, and some other parties. And Fornival was indeed selling secrets of the castle. So, once we get out of here, if we hadn't already had the trial quest, we would be able to convince him to testify against Fornival and to recall the conversation in court, and he would be proof of Fornival's guilt, proof that he's a nasty, nasty man. I've already done that quest. I already proved Fornival innocent. So, you know, just a fun little bit of trivia for you. This quest is available, essentially, I think, anytime after you first come visit the Duke's castle.
We've escaped the castle. Let's do the southern gate. Our pursuers dare not follow into the city proper. We've not long now arisen.
Okay, so we need to get him out of here. Like all the way out of the city. Aha! Hey, there you are.
Tomlin, my son! My son! What? How?
I heard tell the Arisen made for the capital and prayed to find you here. I can't even imagine what they must have done to you. It's all over now. I owe you so much, Arisen. Thank you.
Mere thanks seem nothing weighed against your actions, Arisen. Without your aid, I would not stand afore you, nor see my son again. This whole ordeal has a foul air about it. I fear the whispers I overheard are joined to sinister workings in the duchy. Perhaps we shall learn what the talk concerned ere long. I only pray it causes us no further trouble. I've naught with which to repay your kindness. But if ever you find yourself in need, only say the word, and I'll be at your side. Maker guide you until then, Arisen.
Do I get money? Experience? Anything? Anything?
I can ill return to my old...
Anything?
I owe you.
So I guess I don't get a reward? Walking the wall, you idiot. I'm going to follow them. The gate is not too far from here, so I'm going to see them out the gate safely. I don't think it matters. I don't think we get any reward or bonus for doing such. Also, more rats. Filthy creatures. Where did you go? There you are.
Seems that many people live here.
Yeah, see the gate's right there. There we go.
I feel more familiar with this question.
So we just had to get them out the gate. Oh, and just missed that jump. Oh, I'm sliding. This is embarrassing. Alright. A long way. Good grief. Alright, so that was one side quest complete. Hooray! That was a fun one. Feels good to actually do something good and right and just in this game. Considering I've kind of maybe not been the most upstanding citizen that I could possibly be. Okay, so now we're going to ask about, see if we can learn about Salomet. Back to our main story quest line here. Salomet stole the Duke's treasure, a magical ring, or a very important ring, at least. Don't know that it's magical, just assuming because it is important. What do you have to say?
You're hard at work, truly, even as long as that much is
Blah,
work.
blah, 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 blah. Nothing. Okay. So, my pawns...
Work notices in the ale house.
Ooh, hello. Reynard just
Someone
popped
knows
into
something
existence
about this
here, and
matter.
looks like he has a quest for
Many's
us.
the person
Forgive the sudden request, sir, but I find myself in need of something and thought you might be of service. If you find it, return here to me, and I will compensate you most generously.
Seems like a lot of people want us to look for their missing things.
Now, let us talk of business. You'd be pray.
Rare items. Do we know what the rare items are?
Remember the item I asked you to find? It's not urgent, but I do hope you might yet locate it. Well, enough of that. Now, let us talk of business. Pray.
So I guess we don't get to know what the item is? I'm really confused. Farewell, Valmiro. Search party. Reynard desires rare materials dropped by fallen foes. Scrap iron should serve. Ah, so he wants some scrap iron. I should have some of that in my inventory. We'll deal with him later. For now, main quest. Salomet, sorcerer. He stole the ring. We were looking for him. He was here in town, clearly, stealing the ring, and so we're going to ask around and see if anybody saw him. My pawns recommended at some point.
Perhaps a peddler
Right there,
saw
Mildred
Salomet
sent it.
flee.
Perhaps a peddler saw him flee. So we're going to ask these peddlers, especially the one with the red bubble above his head.
Do you
Seems
know
like a
the
good
Blue Moon
indicator.
Tower, friend, to the northeast? I heard a strange tale from a fellow merchant a few days past. Seems there's a man's been seen coming and going round there of late. All the way out there. What's more, they say he's chased off all the beasts nested there with some arcane magic. It's him, says I. That sorcerer, they say, stole some bauble from the Duke. What was it?
I feel more familiar.
Okay, so that seems like a decent lead. By which, I mean a fantastic lead. I don't need to be carrying a brick around, that seems silly, considering all my weight problems. So... There we go. Cutlass Cape. So we're going to go up to Blue Moon Tower. We're going to take the shortcut, because... Oh my gosh, I do not want to run all the way up there again. Now you see why I left the port crystal immediately outside. So yeah,
We're here.
ta-da! And we're here, and we get to go confront Salomet. Wizard drove the beasts off with some crazy arcane magic. That sounds kind of like our guy.
If what I've heard holds true, we'll find the wizard.
My pawns are going to comment on this as well. So, right up here.
Counter after they strike.
See how my new pawns hold up in combat here. Oh boy.
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
Range attack. Quick succession.
Alright, that's a couple of them down. This big one here. There we go.
Strength in numbers arisen.
Is that all of them? I think that's all of them.
At your side fills this pawn with vigor arisen.
Shackle, I will pick that up. It's super heavy, but you can combine shackles with like ore or something, I believe, to make keys, skeleton.
This looks interesting.
I'm going to kill a few of those birds because we do need to kill some of them. Coins, also very, very good. I always like getting some coins. There's like rats and stuff around here. I'm just killing them all. You do get a little bit of discipline for anything that you kill, so even though we're only getting 3 experience, we're getting a decent chunk of discipline for killing these as well. Okie dokie. So glad that we haven't fought any snow harpies yet. It looks like it's going to be bandits this time around.
Counter after they strike.
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
I think the reasoning for that is that these are all Salomet's men, like his mercenaries that he's hired to protect him, or whatever the case may be. I feel like he doesn't actually need to be protected, but maybe cannon fodder. I don't know.
Wait for an opening.
And then he has lots of archers on the sides here, so these guys are a bit irritating for me to deal with as a mage or as a sorcerer. Okay, especially if I am too far away to be able to lock on. There we go.
The floor is crumbled.
Just knock that one right off the edge. But it sounds like he's still over there shooting at us. All the treasure chests and things in here are going to have respawned, so I am going to try to get those. Just fair warning. Oh! Well, that's what I get for not watching my health. I do have a wake stone. Really don't want to use my wake stone here. I want to save that. Retry. It should have saved right when we entered the area, I believe. So let's try that again, shall we? And let's be maybe a bit more conscious of our health this time. Oh, it's saved back here. He has no more things to say to us. Okay, well, still not bad. Let's just pretend that didn't happen, shall we?
We're here.
So these new pawns that I have here, I think, have less of a medical inclination, so they're less likely to use curative items like spring waters and things in the middle of battle. They're mostly going to be going after the enemies, which is fine. I mean, that's why I chose them, but it's just something that I'm going to have to adapt to. Actually, I take that back. It looks like Nitty Muggins is using curatives. See, Mildred just used spring water also. Maybe they're using them too quickly? I don't know. I'm really confused as to what just happened.
Everyone, be healed.
Maybe we're just being decimated by these enemies, and I'm not realizing how strong they are.
I've learned new techniques against that foe.
Kill that one. Let's see what we can do about this guy.
Salomet, the blade grabs you.
Okay.
We have triumphed.
I'll take that.
This looks interesting.
Killing the rats again. Rotten egg. Didn't mean to pick that up. Shackle again. Blah, blah, blah. Make a skeleton key. Let's try things maybe a little bit differently here.
Here I go!
I'll have a look around.
They're armed, Master.
We'll see. These walls are tall and there's so much crap in here. I doubt I'm actually going to get any meteors to land in here and hit any of the enemies.
They're left exposed after a grand strike.
We'll see. If I run in here. Ah, I hit somebody. Oh, that is the most satisfying feeling in the world, is dropping meteors to hit enemies. Ah, I killed another one. Anything over on the right there? Doesn't look like it. Ooh.
Floors crumble. Counter after they strike.
Let's do one of these.
Get it!
Fight me!
Is that all you have for me?
Alright, killed that one, and there's a bunch more up there. I'm gonna see if I can get another bolide off. Drop some more meteors while my pawns are hopefully keeping these couple of fools busy. I really like this meteor attack, by the way, if you hadn't noticed. Let's see what... There we go. That was perfect placement for those meteors. Okie dokie. Grab a few small coin pouches. Let's hop back over here. Yep, there is a chest down here. I'm going to open from the backside on accident. Jewel of Health. I believe that's going to be... I don't need blade leaves. I believe Jewel of Health is going to be something that we need to use to upgrade equipment later on. Like probably like some armor or something later on. Not entirely certain of that. Also, should we check the other side? I feel like I probably should. I do need to be careful. A, my health is low. I just kind of realized that. And B, my pawns have a habit of dying in this area. So let's maybe take a safer route.
Be above. Onward, Master.
Juice. Is there... I can make that. I really don't want my pawns to try and follow me. Oh, can I not climb up? Okay, well. Looks like there's nothing over there. My pawns did not follow me, so that's exciting that none of them fell off the edge. Or I'm assuming that's what happened last time when we came here to fight the Griffin. I'm assuming that one pawn just, like, fell off the edge. I forget what their name was. They're dead to me. Both literally and figuratively. Okay, moving onwards and upwards.
Must be above. Onward, master.
Down there we can mine for ores. Don't really care about that so much. Hello, wizard.
Wait for an opening.
Get it!
Counter after they strike.
You shall not cast!
Okay, that was pretty easy. So I'm guessing Salomet's going to be up near the top, so I think we can just take this shortcut.
Treasure, perhaps.
Ooh, more treasure. I like treasure. Blast arrows, not super useful. Mostly because I can't actually use them with this class.
Salomet, underestimate him at your peril, Master.
Exposed after a grand strike.
Okay. I don't like the looks of whatever that one is doing right there in the middle. Although it looks like Lucy took care of that for me.
They attack in quick succession.
We have triumphed.
Alright. That actually worked out quite well. That could have gone much worse with whatever that wizard was doing.
We don't know the extent of his power. Armed bandits are
The good news about these bandits is that they very loudly, like, telegraph their locations by shouting before I can even see them. Those archers are a pretty big problem. We need to pop up here and deal with them. Crap. I really need my other pawns to keep these things busy, these archers, so that I can actually get some spells off, because I am useless without my spells. Also, burning through curatives like crazy, because holy moly, these archers are doing a lot of damage. I'm calling them things. I don't, not, that is not intentional. Not any sort of meta conversation about humans as objects or any of that sort of nonsense. Alright. This one's still alive. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright, well I am going to use my Wake Stone here because, good grief, I need some more physical capabilities. So that's unfortunate. That was my one and only Wake Stone. Those things are quite tough to come by this early in the game. I suppose maybe I can buy some Wake Stone shards, but that seems kind of like a waste. That was just 100 coins. Don't really care all that much. So there's one who's up on the arch above us. That one, that okay. Kill that archer. I'd wanted to go down here because I believe there's a chest. Yeah. I believe this one... Ooh, golem strategy. Those scrolls are nice. I don't know if I've actually discussed them or used them. Either way, I'm going to again. So, golem strategy. There are various rare, very rare, you don't find them often, scrolls here. And they talk about strategy for fighting specific enemies. So there's, you know, goblin strategy and harpy strategy and all these different, you know, wolf strategy, all sorts of things. Golem strategy volume 2. An ancient pawn's book that reveals how a golem's mouth is vulnerable when it unleashes its searing beam. So that's your knowledge right there. Its mouth is vulnerable when it unleashes a searing beam. And if I use this, all the pawns that I have with me will also learn that. And so that's a thing that they can now shout out in combat, like, hey, when it opens its mouth, that's when it's most vulnerable, like that sort of thing. So they're actually pretty handy for kind of short-circuiting the system and teaching your pawns interesting, useful combat knowledge without them actually needing to be in combat.
Did it?
So sounds like we did manage to kill that other archer there. I forgot how nasty these archers and bandits were here. Here we are at the top. I am going to save right here because this fight might be a bit difficult. And then honestly, before we go in there, I think I'm going to charge up a high necromancy. And we'll see if it lasts. I'm assuming there's going to be like a cutscene before the fight starts. That's usually how these things go. So I don't know if this spell is actually going to last or not. If it does, that'll be awesome. If not, no harm, no foul.
Truly, the Arisen is a profession given to leisure. Or do you hope to earn your meals catching stray wizards for fear of actually facing the dragon? Alas, I'm not one for company. Let us be done with this. You've come to your journey's end!
Oh, he's demonic and creepy looking. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, and the
ring is a talisman of incomparable character. A vessel worthy.
Did we kill him already? With that?
What sublime bliss! What heady rapture! Yes, I will see my dream made reality.
He's weak to lightning, so that's probably what just happened right there.
I shall be reborn unto
These comments are very
life
interesting, though.
everlasting.
Okay, cutscene. Yeah, so I did kill him in one shot. That was the easiest fight I've ever had against him. And we knocked him over the edge there. So he was talking about how this ring is a ring of
All that
immense
remains
power.
is to see the ring safely to Sir Aldous. I've learned what to do in this quest. The floors crumble away.
Yep, so we have the ring now.
Ritual hold in a rooftop base.
What do you... Come here, what do you have to say? Come here. Come here.
Grances his will to be rid of such a man. Let's return to the capital.
So, I think it's reasonably safe to assume that he is dead after falling off the cliff there. Is there... There's usually a bunch of money, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. Bunch of money up here. And a fancy chest. Griffic armor. Might be interesting.
Let's have a look.
What else we got here? Another assassin's mask. I have I think 3 or 4 of those things. No big deal. No worries though. Yeah, so the ring here. Let's take a look at this thing. Worm King's Ring, a band that exudes mystic power. Merely possessing it allows for quicker incanting of spells. So that's interesting. It allows mages, whoops, going right back to Grand Sword. It allows mages and sorcerers to cast their spells quicker. So just less charge time, like less time to power up for the spells. Exactly what it sounds like. Actually, a fantastic ring for any class that's going to be casting spells, like a mage or a wizard or some of the other classes.
Do you suppose those stones
It is a port crystal. One can reach it from anywhere.
So, naturally, I'm very hesitant to just hand over such an interesting and unusual artifact. So I think before we go turn this in to Aldous, I'm going to make a very quick stop down here and visit my my good friend at the Black Cat. All the way down here.
The Duke's
Blah blah blah. Your opinions about what the Duke's doing.
Why not?
So forgery, and he can forge any item regardless of whether we actually have it with us or not. So like I have 4 sour ambrosial meats in storage. He could duplicate one of those for us, and we'd have a 5th, and so on. So we're gonna have to go through every single item that we have, whether it's in our inventory or not, and find that ring. I feel like this is quest item territory. Although, nope, there it is. Ha ha ha! Worm King's Ring. So, I'm gonna go ahead and hand this over to him.
I'll not beat round the bush.
So, 100,000, give or take 10, to duplicate that. So, super expensive.
By this time tomorrow.
Luckily, I have a lot of money.
I'm sure you'll find any.
Cool. So now it's gonna be 24 hours before we can get that ring back, and he will give us the ring itself because we're loaning it to him, and he'll give us the forgery. So, I am going to end the video here, and next time we get our fake ring, and because I have no intention of turning in such a really awesome magical item. Why would I want to give that back to the Duke? I mean, seriously. So yeah, next time we get our ring and our forgery, and then we can go turn in the quest. So thank you for joining me, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.